Now, before we begin this video, I want to give a massive thank you to Kuro Blade on my Discord for making this new intro. So be sure to follow his TikTok. It's the first link in the description. Hey, psst. Have you ever heard of PogChamp? You want to beat PogChamp? Oh, then I have just the thing for you. You should hit the subscribe button and join the Discord. Okay, now let's get on with it. Hello everyone, this is Rose Gold, and today we're getting into part 1 of What If Naruto Went Rogue. So before anything, I want to encourage you all to join my Discord so you can interact with me and the others there as well. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. But now, let's get straight into part 1. We start the story off with a bit of backstory. So in order for Naruto to actually have a reason to fully go rogue, I'm going to change out the Uzumaki clan a bit. The Uzumaki clan was a clan matching even the Uchiha and Senju, having killed many in the process, but they were not well liked by anyone except for the Kage, that both feared and respected the clan, letting them enter the village as well. But the clan was shunned, causing most of them to once more leave and go into the small town, which was used as a battleground for the wars, making most of the Uzumaki that still survived, which were about 5, to have a lust for revenge against the two. And against the 2 of the 5 dying after trying to assassinate the Hokage at the time, which gave them an even worse reputation. Now, when Naruto was born, it was mostly the same, just that he had red hair and the last name Uzumaki given to him, like in the original. But given to him with that name was an even worse reputation than before, and causing the villagers to beat him to a pulp regularly, until one night. The Uchiha massacre had just taken place, and Itachi was fleeing the village until seeing a ton of adult villagers going absolutely murderous ham on the young Naruto, which angered him greatly. Naruto was at around his brother's age, and they dared to do something like this to such a young child. Itachi swooped in, getting Naruto out and quickly going back. Of course, the villagers were terrified seeing a person with blood on their clothing, having passed them, until shouting for him to kill the demon while it was at it, making Itachi go over there and knocking them out one by one until he disappeared with the heavily wounded and injured Naruto in his hands. When Itachi arrived in a small cave, he sighed, laying the Jinchuriki down. He could not tell the Akatsuki what this boy was. Suddenly, Naruto woke up screaming, thinking he was still getting beaten up. But then he stared at the cave ceiling. He had never been happier seeing someone that didn't just beat him up or try to kill him instantly. Itachi was of course saddened at the sight of this child happy to not getting beaten up for a thing that wasn't even his fault, but he just sighed and told Naruto the history of the leaf and about the Nine-Tails attack. Of course, the still very young Naruto was shell-shocked. Why was he treated so bad? Just because of this and because of his race? Or because of his clan, sorry. How dare they? Itachi, of course, had a deep love for the Leaf Village, so he didn't want Naruto to feel any animosity toward the village. So he told him that the beatings he had gotten were to keep the Nine-Tails in check, which made the still hot-headed and a bit stupid Naruto nod, thinking that he had finally gotten a reason as to why his life was so bad. But then Itachi walked over to him. Never tell anyone about this. Well, you might be the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. No one can know, otherwise they'll want to take it from you. Of course, Naruto instantly agreed, thinking of how cool Itachi was. Suddenly, Itachi stood up, telling Naruto to get up as well, and their training would now begin. Of course, the Leaf Village still had some resource problems because of the Nine Tails attack, so they couldn't send any people to look after Naruto, but they hoped was still okay. When Itachi finally started the new training with Naruto, he realized this boy was very good. He just never had the resources that he needed to train. We switch over to Sasuke's perspective, who, being a prodigy and generally very smart, had realized Naruto disappeared after not noticing him in the academy, and he wasn't even in Ichiraku. Something bad must have happened to him. He heard rumors about it, but he hoped to God it wasn't true. Had Naruto been kidnapped by the same person that had killed his clan? Had Itachi kidnapped him? Sasuke had to get stronger, not just for revenge, but to avenge Naruto as well, as he thought Naruto probably had died at the hands of Itachi, but of course we all know that he is alive and still training, with one of the biggest prodigies ever. Now I skip ahead to when Naruto should be beginning. Itachi junked Akatsuki to gain intel on them that he can deliver back to the Leaf Village, and he told him that the child was with him, one of the prodigious Uzumaki clan. As he can't really sense a tail beast, they accept him into their ranks, but only as a tiny accompaniment, with Itachi, who had insisted on it, now seeing Naruto as his second brother. Itachi was once more training his brother, because he needed him to control his chakra better after an event with Orochimaru. Orochimaru had tried to get Itachi's Uchiha body per curse mark, and Itachi had noticed both training with Naruto, instinctively dodged to the right, and Naruto got bitten, leaving a curse mark there. Now, like Orochimaru's curse mark, I'm going to end this part off right here, so I hope you all enjoyed it. And maybe subscribe, and even comment it, that would be pretty pog. This was Rose Gold, and I am out.